So, here we go.
It was filled with childish frustrations and complexes. The police were searching for James Thomas, believed
Hello. You're listening to Midnight Movie Gang. It is currently 9:08 p.m. Night Movie Gang.
Oh.
This is episode 56 or 57 or one of those.
Yeah.
And for those of you just tuning in, this is your first episode. I'm going to start assuming, sometimes people just drop in for whatever movies they like. This is a show where we talk about sci-fi, horror, kind of cult cinema, like lesser known films.
You'll get the idea.
We try to focus on you can look at look at the other 56 episodes. You'll see what there's
You'll
a general
probably see the vibe we go for.
the trend, the vibe. And this movie we're going to talk about today is in a franchise that we've talked about a lot on this show. It always comes back to Alien and Predator, I think.
Yeah, it's like the heart of this podcast, I think.
Yeah, I feel like
these franchises.
I think part of it is because, like, to me at least, it's kind of one of the most Alien and Predator and the way they've intertwined is one of the most interesting. I feel like with both these franchises, and now with Predator, after watching this, there's like such a wide berth of weird decisions.
Yeah,
with like them trying to figure out like
what's the different directions they try to take it in.
They try to take both of these properties.
Yeah.
I feel like Predator taking on wilder swings, but we'll get to it with this particular film.
Yeah.
The movie we're talking about today is Shane Black's The Predator.
Yep.
Is according to Wikipedia, a 2018 American science fiction action film directed by Shane Black. It should say comedy in there.
Yeah, action comedy.
But it really doesn't.
Yeah.
So Joseph, before we bust into the movie, tell the audience real quick. We talked about it before on the show, but like I said, if this is the only one they're listening to, your history with this franchise, these movies, maybe Shane Black as a director.
Yeah, for the longest time, I had just seen like the first one, and then we got snowed in at your mom's house in a crazy little side quest that we went on. Mm-hmm. And we watched pretty much the rest of them.
We watched every Predator movie except for
this one. And you told me, well, this one sucks, so we're not going to watch it. We'll watch it later for the show or something. And that day has come.
We're here later in the show.
Shane Black, I had seen, he did what, Lethal Weapon?
I believe, if I remember correctly, he directed the first two Lethal Weapons.
Okay.
And then I got his filmography up here. Lethal Weapon, 1 and 2. Oh, no, not director. He was a writer on those.
Uh-huh.
His directorial debut was the movie Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Monster Squad,
yeah. He's been a writer on a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Iron Man 3.
Yeah, he directed Iron Man 3.
Yeah, The Nice Guys is a movie he made, and that made 2 years before this, apparently. Mm-hmm. And I love The Nice Guys. You should go watch it. It's really funny.
The Nice Guys is great.
Yeah, it's a really good movie. Completely underrated. I think it bombed when it came out.
Yeah, fucking nobody saw it.
It's a real bummer because it's really good.
It's a really fun, like, kind of...
It's like peak Ryan Gosling and peak Russell Crowe.
Yeah, it's a 70s throwback, like...
It's hilarious.
Cop comedy. Like, I mean...
Where they're both just, like very interested in, like, protecting themselves.
Yeah.
Like, they're not, like, heroes at all, and that's the fun part.
Yeah. I could see either one of those actors... that's who Ryan Gosling should have been the main dude in this movie. Honestly, it would have been
Yeah, he could play a sniper.
He absolutely could. He could do action, but he could also, like, I feel like...
Yeah, after seeing him in Blade Runner.
And he's also really funny.
Yeah, no, exactly.
And he could play that balance well. Like,
and this movie is a really funny comedy that made me unironically laugh multiple times.
Yeah.
And that's the best thing I can say about it.
Yeah.
This the action, whatever, we'll get into it.
Yeah.
But the comedy is the good part, and then there's also the rest of the movie.
Surprisingly, yeah. So, like, Joseph, you had not seen this movie before.
Nope.
I had seen this movie exactly once when it came out in theaters. I was in college. I went with my college buddies to see it, and we all hated it, including myself.
Yeah.
Simply because, I feel like, and that was the only time I had seen it, was when we saw it in theaters, and
I can totally, honestly, hating this movie should probably be the baseline.
It's weird because, like, I feel like you had a better experience because I didn't have I saw it like not the premiere night, but like opening weekend, or whatever. And I had heard some of the negative reviews, but I was like, oh no, people are, because I was like, I'm a huge Shane Black fan, and like
you wanted to see a good Predator movie.
I wanted to see a good Predator movie,
and that leads to hating this movie.
Yeah, because this movie, I think at its core, it's not a good Predator movie.
Not at all. It has like nothing you
whatsoever.
want from a Predator movie.
Yeah, and everything that is the core elements of what makes this franchise and this character scary.
Yeah.
And like the other movie,
this movie is not interested in the Predator being scary.
Yeah, this movie is not scary at all. It doesn't make the character of the Predator scary.
There's no tension at any point, including in the action scenes.
It kind of feels like, how do I put it? I mentioned Tropic Thunder during the movie. It's like a long Predator SNL skit with
Well, it's kind of like it's funny characters with funny dialogue, much like Nice Guys. Like it's like the same exact humor as Nice Guys, and that just does not fit. It's almost like how like the new Ghostbusters was just bridesmaids with ghosts.
Shane Black would make a good Ghostbusters movie.
He would.
Yeah.
He'd make a great Ghostbusters movie. That's like the exact vibe I want from a Ghostbusters movie.
That'd be solid for sure. Yeah, no, it's definitely like, I think it's funny because like, Shane Black is a good filmmaker. He's a good comedy director, and the parts of this movie that are strictly like focusing on comedy are the strongest elements.
Yeah. I
think that there are some performances in here and some storylines where like actors who are either trying to play it straight, or actors who, I guess Olivia Munn for me is like the weakest as far as like her character just doesn't have anything to do. And
that was me in the lead. The guy the guy from Logan.
Boyd Holbrook,
that guy is so boring.
Yeah, he's not interesting at all. But we'll get into the character.
Why is this movie called The Predator? There are two predators in it. There are two. There's no reason for this movie to be called The Predator. Like, yeah, one's bigger, but like
maybe it's because Boyd Holbrook by the end he gets his Predator Iron Man suit.
Nah. Maybe that's what it's referencing. Something that happens after the end of the movie.
We're skipping way further. Before we get into the plot, I just want to let people know at home, like, if this, it's not a good Predator movie, but no. I just want to speak to like how I'm feeling immediately. We just finished it.
Yeah.
I definitely enjoyed it way more this time around for me personally, and I feel like if you go into it knowing that like you're not gonna get a Predator experience, like this, it almost,
it's like a weird like, I don't know, like it's like beside the franchise and not really like part of it.
It's not even making fun of the Predator franchise necessarily. Like
no, it's not like a parody. It's literally just like a comedy that has predators in it.
Exactly. It's very weird. It almost feels like this movie almost feels like they had an idea for like a movie about like soldiers like caught in the middle of some alien war, but they're like, shit, we need an IP to attach to this.
Yeah.
Or like we can't get this made unless it's like,
this could have been anything, because honestly there are two predators, one like we were used to, and then one big predator that doesn't really even use weapons. He's just kind of like a big ape that like
he's like the Hulk or
uses his strength to kill people, and it's like this does not match with the rest of the franchise at all.
He just bursts through the walls like motherfucking Kool-Aid Man.
Like we open and we just see the Predator like in broad light, just completely like, there he is. You're at the Predator movie now.
You know,
there's no reveal.
I want to say this before I lose this thought. Honestly, what I'm about to say, it would have fit better, and I feel like you would have had a lot of opportunity for comedy. And hear me out on this. Predator 1, Thing 1 from the practical Predator in this movie in the first half. What if instead of getting killed, he like teamed up with our squad? And the
I probably would have hated that just as much, to be honest.
Well, but like, I don't know. I feel like there would have been opportunities for comedy. Like Keegan-Michael Key would be like, so how do you piss?
They'd be like trying to talk to it.
Yeah, they're trying to like make gags and joke and joke at it.
I didn't like that at the end of AVP. I don't think I'd like it.
You don't like teaming up with the Predator and
honestly,
all. That's not
any Predator showing like any level of respect for humanity just defeats like part of the purpose of the character.
Just doesn't make any sense.
Like he sees us as like chattel, like we're just like It's like when an asshole goes on safari to kill a lion.
Yeah.
Like, that's what the Predator is.
How do you feel in general about this isn't something specific to this movie, but like about the idea of inter-predator conflict as far like different factions of predators?
I guess the franchise has to go somewhere, you know? Like, we can't just keep doing the same movie over and over again,
do
I
you
guess.
think, or what I mean is, do you think that's interesting, and do you think that as a movie, do you think like anything interesting could be done with that?
Probably not for me anyway.
Mm-hmm.
To me, like, this franchise has such like a small window of like being interesting and entertaining for me, like as far as like conceptually, like, because the concept is so simple. It's just like humanity is no longer the apex predator. There's like a predator above us that's hunting us.
Mm-hmm.
That's the scary part, is like being hunted.
Yeah.
So like getting into like this movie explores like predator technology way too much. It's like we just learn by this point in the franchise, we just know way too much about these guys.
I feel like
for them to be scary anymore.
It's almost a similar thing to your point when we were watching the Alien movies. Because by the way, congratulations! Now at this point, you've seen every Alien, every Predator movie.
I'm caught up.
Which this movie does acknowledge the existence of the Alien universe, because you see, they go to a lab and
AVP is canon in the Predator universe.
Yeah, no,
but not in the Alien universe.
Yeah, it doesn't work in the Alien universe. But
I think that's how things should be.
Yeah. But like you were saying, what was I gonna say? With the Alien movies, learning more about the backstory of the alien and like the black goo and like all that stuff, like, and the engineer, that is all, that all makes the waters down the core
it's like
of what makes it good.
Like, yeah, why do people like these movies? It's not because the lore behind the creature is so interesting. It's like, no, the more shit you make up, the less interested I am, because it just becomes another like thing to learn about. You know, it
really makes a lot of sense why Prey and Romulus were as successful as they were critically.
Yeah.
Just
because they understand what people like about these franchises.
Yeah, they understand what people like about these franchises, and like I think the only thing that I feel like people are kind of disappointed about with those movies, like they more with Romulus, because Romulus like directly like the Prometheus black goo is in there.
Yeah.
Like it is confirmed. Like Romulus is straight up like, yeah, Prometheus and shit that happened.
We've talked about how fucking weird that is.
Yeah, but people wanted to be like, I want it to just be non-canon. I want them to take it out. Which I don't know. I'm the kind of person, I don't necessarily care about canon.
No,
like,
not really.
I'm kind of in that George Miller mindset of like,
I like the idea of like thinking about like movies taking place in the same universe. I think that's neat, but like, yeah, I'm kind of over it.
Yeah. But what was I gonna say? Let's start breaking into the movie itself. While we're at it. So the movie's, I'd say the first act of this movie is the weakest.
Oh yeah, and it goes on forever.
The way that it opens on like the very, very opening is we see a really shitty looking two ships chasing after each other. Yeah, and there's two Predator ships. And then one jumps through a jump hole and looks very video game. Like it looks like some EVE Online bullshit. Yeah. And then we see one of the Predator ships crashes on Earth, and it goes title card, the Predator.
Yeah, it's very like Marvel, like this is what you get. This is the sci-fi. Enjoy.
Exactly. And what's his name? Our main character, Britt Holbrook, who McKenna is his name. They're doing they're in Mexico. He's in Mexico, and it's like a really generic like cartel bust thing. And then the Predator ship crashes in the middle of it, and then we're fighting. And it's very, all of this is happening lightning quick. Yeah. And it's all like just we don't have time to even time
to learn who 30 characters are right after this too.
Exactly, like who this soldier man is, why we care about him. He gets in a quick fight with the Predator. The action here is really generic and boring. The action awful.
In this whole movie is just so deflated and weak. Yeah, it's so lame. There's no tension at all. Yeah, it's just the way it's shot. Like most of the time, it's just like people standing around shooting at something that's also just standing around.
Yeah, The fucking also, there's just no atmosphere in any scene where the Predator's around, I guess, because a lot of it just has to do with the movie is shot very it's like you were saying, like it's very clear Shane Black is more of a comedic director.
Yeah,
like the lighting is just kind of like
I can't really remember the comedy in The Nice Guy or the action in The Nice Guys.
Yeah, the action is not the strongest.
No,
his strongest suit for sure. But makes me want to go back and watch. This makes me want to go back and watch those early films because I remember there being some good action sequences in Lethal Weapon 1 and 2. But well, then again, he just wrote those ones.
Yeah,
he didn't direct them, so I kind of
nope.
But what was I saying? But yeah, no, there's no between the lighting and just how everything is just lit so bright. Like at the end of this movie, mostly takes place in like a forested area, and you can see everything.
Yeah, this movie does
so
not
clearly
have a memorable look to it at all. It feels very like Hollywood workman type movie.
Yeah, no, it's
visually it's very standard, and there's nothing you can really say.
Everything's too fucking clean. Like the Predator armor is like
inside the Predator ship is very clean.
Yeah, at least in other movies when we see glimpses of inside of like even talking about Alien vs Predator or Requiem
in just
or Predator 2
Predator
actually
2 when he goes inside the ship, it
looks crazy.
It's weird and gross, and I don't want to be in there. Like there's like smoke, there's like this weird fog like up to his knees,
and there's like bones and shit all over the wall, and everything
then
looks like more handcrafted.
Yeah, we go inside the alien ship in this, and it's just like it looks like you type alien ship in a chat GPT.
It was giving me big the Predator ship in this movie was giving me big Man of Steel ship vibes.
Yeah,
like that same kind of like hyper clean
big time
stone look. Yeah, no, it just not interesting. And didn't have the budget. It didn't have the budget or the vision of something like Man of Steel. That's the whole thing. But yeah, so it opens up. He gets in a fight with the Predator. He knocks the Predator the fuck out and takes his mask and some other pieces of armor. Oh yeah, and it's Ben 10, like you said. Like he puts the wrist gauntlet on.
The first two lines of the Ben 10 theme song apply directly to the opening of this movie.
It did indeed start with Alien Device and did what it did. And then real quick, before we even like, I'm reading the Wikipedia and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that happened. Sterling K. Brown's character, Will Traeger, what is it? Shows up and recovers the Predator body.
Yeah.
And takes it to.
He's like a villain ? And then later on, the movie kind of is like, yeah, he's a villain, and then we'll get to it. But
he's kind of the villain.
The movie has no idea what to do with his character.
I mean, he's an asshole. I don't.
Yeah, he is.
He does. He puts is mean to children.
Yeah,
and he threatens
excessively mean to children for no reason.
Threatens the life of children. So I guess you could call him. But
his character is all over the place, and that's the thing. The characters are super strong in this movie, and his is just Well, him and the protagonist are like he is all over the place, and the protagonist is nowhere.
Well, I'd say some of the characters are stronger than others. Like it is very clear to me, that they cared the most about the
little squad.
Little squad, which one's like
the squad of vets.
I need to find. There's this promotional like photo. It's like a poster. I gotta see if I can find it for this movie that I remember. It came out before promo picture. It was like a picture of like the squad.
Yeah, it seems like the writing for this little squad is so high and far away
from anything else,
from all the other characters. Everyone else, the lead, the female lead, the villain, quote unquote, all the characters except for like this little group are just the most boring people. Like his wife, like the lead's wife only exists she exists to be a loving mother to the kid and to be a supportive ex-wife to his to the guy,
and to know facts about it.
Yeah, and she just like there's one scene, like her biggest scene, she just like rattles off facts about his military record. Yeah, it's kind of embarrassing.
Yeah, no, she is kind of embarrassing. Sorry, I'm trying to find this
She's
picture.
Like barely a character.
Yeah, I remember this movie having some like decent the trailers were good. That was another thing too. Like the original trailer for this movie was really good.
Yeah.
And goddamn, I can't find this photo. There's this really cool photo of the squad all.
I believe you.
Yeah. But yeah, no, the little squad that he forms definitely is like, it was very clear that like that was where they put most of their energy in terms of like the characters and like in the writing and stuff, especially because like the characters in the squad are the most interesting too, like especially like we were talking about during the movie. We'll get to him. I want to talk about Trevante Rhodes and like the squad and all that, but I want to just go through a little bit of some of the other dumb shit before we get to them. But yeah, so so the Boyd Holbrook somehow mails this Predator mask and gauntlet.
Yeah, gets it through customs from out of the country.
Ships it from Mexico to his house.
Just gets to his house while he's under investigation by the CIA or some shit.
Yeah, by the government.
Yeah.
When he comes back, he's hooked up to a lie detector machine.
Yeah.
And they're trying to figure out like if they think he's a liability. The government thinks he's a liability because like he's seen the Predator, he's seen the alien. So immediately they're going to throw him in a military prison.
Yep.
And while this is all going on, kind of intercut. I feel like the first third of this movie, there's so many characters introduced. There's so many like plot lines they're trying to do.
Yeah, it's honest. Like the first act of this movie is such a slog.
Yeah.
Like I remember, like I think I turned to you. I was like, finally, the fucking first act is over. Like we've just been like doing nothing, like talking, and like none of these characters are interesting except for this like one little group of guys.
Yeah. But fucking, it's all of that is intercut with Olivia Munn arriving at the secret lab. What is it? The BPRD.
Yeah, yeah.
Hellboy's hanging out down there.
Yeah, it is basically. It's like the Men in Black.
Yeah, the Men in Black secret facility, government facility, where they've got which we mentioned earlier.
They've got the. I don't know. I'm talking. They've got the Predator locked up tight.
They got him locked up tight, and they got
just so long as he doesn't wake up.
Just as
if
long
he doesn't wake up, we don't have a contingency plan for that.
Fine. I thought they had him restrained way more. They had him under way heavier, like drugs.
It's okay. So it's like it's one of the first signs that this is a really bad movie. This is jumping forward a little bit, but it doesn't matter. They have the Predator restrained and sedated. And then something happens. A ship gets closer to Earth or something, and he wakes up, and the guy's like, "Restrain him, hold him down." And scientists, I guess, just walk up and like try to like push down on his shoulders to keep him from getting up. And it's like you guys didn't have any idea like what would happen if this thing like woke up. Like you just had like you might as well have just had it laying on the table. At
the very least, you didn't have 8 dudes like with guns pointed at his head or some shit.
Yeah, and then it wakes up and it kills everybody in the room.
Wakes up and kills everybody in this fucking lab.
Oh, Gary Busey's son is in this.
Yeah, Jake Busey. Jake Busey.
Where the hell? He was in Starship Troopers, which I never realized that was him.
From Starship Troopers, yeah.
And he was in this.
Looks exactly like his dad.
He looks way more like him now.
Aged in this movie for sure.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, he plays the characters. His character's name in this movie is Sean Keyes, and he's the son of Gary Busey's character from Predator 2.
Not that matters, because he's going to be dead in 10 minutes.
Yeah, he doesn't really do anything in this movie. He's just kind of there as like...
None of that matters.
This lab has... It's almost like this lab has like some trinkets from the other movies, and Jake Busey himself is a trinket.
Yeah, it is. They have like the classic thing in all secret government labs where they have like a museum display of like ancient artifacts
of gadgets from the other movies. Mainly you see the
xenomorph spear
from AVP,
which was an interesting choice.
Yeah, which pretty much just directly links.
I don't know why they went with that. I don't know.
Who knows?
I would think that they would want to completely forget those movies existed.
You know, at least the nice thing about the aliens existing in the AVP universe.
Yeah.
It pretty much eliminates the engineers because
that's true.
As far as like, because
then the timeline just doesn't make any sense.
Well, then it's more just like at least the Predators. It doesn't. Alien vs. Predator doesn't tell you that the Predators invented the xenomorphs.
Yeah.
They've just domesticated them.
Yeah, they just found them, and they're like, this is a really hardcore predator.
Yeah, which like
train on these. Yeah.
A lot of what's dumb about the xenomorph in the Alien movies is the idea that Michael Fassbender android just like made them.
Yeah. That's true. No, yeah, everything about those movies I dislike. I don't think I ever want to watch Prometheus or Alien Covenant.
Yeah, Prometheus to me has like, I definitely think Prometheus is more interesting than Covenant. Covenant is just like
Prometheus is a better movie. I don't want to watch either of them ever
again. Yeah. Back to the Predator. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, we talked about the Predator breaking out. That pretty much starts the second act. It's intercut with Boyd Holbrook's character McKenna.
Yeah.
He's put into the truck with the loony bin.
Yep.
The loony truck, the loony squad.
Let's take some time and get to know these guys for like 10 minutes of dialogue.
Exactly, and there's a scene where we get introduced to this squad of dudes.
Thomas Jane. Friend to the channel, friend of the show.
Thomas Jane.
Known asshole, Thomas Jane. Thomas Jane.
But yeah, the squad, it's, Will, Sterling K. Brown.
King Michael Key.
Baxley, King Michael Key,
and
Nettles.
2 other guys you've never heard of.
Yeah, just it's a little squad. The best Trevante Rhodes he's second billing on Wikipedia here.
He's the cool guy.
Nebraska. He's the most interesting character.
He's our favorite character. Yeah.
Yeah. Immediately you can tell
he should have been the protagonist.
He's acting the hardest.
Yeah.
Out of everybody.
He's the best actor in the movie.
100%.
He was in fucking Moonlight.
He's like Oscar-winning Moonlight.
Yeah.
This we meet this squad, and right off the squad comes off as a bit annoying at first, I think.
Yeah, I was so prepared to hate them for the whole movie.
Yeah, but then
I was actually laughing.
They grow on you. Like on this, they tell a couple of jokes that are actually kind of funny, and they're also like, I don't know, they care about each other. Like later on, they got each other's back.
Yeah. Because they're all going through some shit.
Yeah.
Together, you know.
Exactly. And then when they do like military shit, and they're like doing like, even though it looks terrible, because like I don't think Shane Black knows how to direct action.
No.
Even though it looks terrible, like they are working together efficiently, like as a unit. Like they're capable. They're not dumb characters.
Yeah, they care about each other. It's great.
Yeah, no, and I think the concept of like
they're funny. They're just mentally ill.
Yeah, I also think that by like you could take the concept of like a squad of military prisoners who like soldiers who all have something fucked up with them and pit them against a predator. I think is like a good core.
If there was like better, if there were 2 directors, if there was Shane Black doing the comedy and another director who's really good at action doing the action, then I think this would have been a movie that I would really like. It probably still wouldn't be a great Predator movie.
Yeah, it would just be a more entertaining, more focused, I think, is the real thing.
Because honestly, Predator is supposed to be a thriller.
Yeah.
Like all the good Predator movies are like scary and tense like the whole way, and you don't really know like what's going to happen or what the I like the reason. For me, the main draw of the first movie is just not knowing what this thing is, or like where it is at any time, or like what's it gonna do, and like what's it capable of. And this movie has none of that at all.
Yeah, no,
no mystery.
Yeah, everything about the Predator.
It talks to people.
It talks to people like straight up. It's the Predators have fucking subtitles for when they're speaking their language.
Yeah, that's a horrible decision for me.
Yeah,
like that was like, what are you thinking doing that?
A lot of what makes the Predator creepy in like the movies, the way that it talks to people using
voice recordings.
Using voice recordings to communicate is like, that's part of what makes it eerie.
Make it more alien. The more the Predator is just like a big guy in a suit who's on a hunting trip, the less interested I am.
Exactly. The more they're just like space rednecks or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're just it makes them way less scary.
And they're extra not scary when they're just like a big shirtless dude who's just punching people.
When they're a big CGI monster, like but this first Predator. So like there are 2 Predators in this movie. The first one is a practical Predator. Here's the thing. I think the costume
around for like a third of the movie.
He's around for a second. I think his costume looks good. Like he looks good. It
just looks boring.
It's just, I think a lot of it is just how he's lit.
Yeah.
Because the first time we see that Predator, he's in a white, super bright lab, super clean lab. We get these like full shots of him, and like there's no mystery to like at all. He's just this creature that's killing all these scientists, and it's not scary.
Yeah, it's dull.
We know Olivia Munn's gonna make it. We're following her.
Yeah,
she's naked in the room, and
her character goes nowhere too.
Yeah, like absolutely nowhere. The Predator doesn't kill her because honor, because she's unarmed and naked and shit. Yeah, no, and then the
Ace dies.
Yeah, Ace Jake Busey.
Barely in the movie, even though like I don't know. I was loving every second he was on screen. I was very distracted by him though, because I think he just has a really funny face. Like I think about him in Starship Troopers too, and he just had a funny face in that too.
He just has a weird funny face.
He has another co-ed shower scene too, which is interesting.
With him and Olivia Mudd, they're in the
2 movies I know him from. He has a co-ed shower in both of them.
When you type in Jake into Google, the first name that pops up is
It's listening. There's no. It's because you were already looking up the Predator.
Yeah, like look at that face.
It's just got a funny face. I don't know. And there he is with his crazy dad.
Real unfortunate. Them genes are strong.
They sure are. His teeth just get bigger and bigger with age.
Every year. It's like they grow twice as fast.
He's got to trim them down.
He's got to say it. He's
Like
got to
rabbits.
file them down.
I gotta diminish my business.
Yeah. What is it? Fucking the gang, the squad, the loonies. That's the characters. 1 second. I gotta see if I can find the loonies.
Busey.
The Busey should have been part of the loonies. I gotta see if I can find this fucking. Oh, hey.
Is that them in the bus?
No, it's not this photo.
Damn.
There was a cooler photo. Whatever, I'll find it afterwards.
Yeah, you can text it to me.
Yeah, but the next scene that happens. Yeah, so they steal the bus, which they could have done at any fucking time.
Yeah, they do it like in a way that like makes it seem like it's really easy.
Yeah,
that's the thing. These characters are so capable that everything they do makes every scene feel like nothing actually. Like there's no tension.
Yeah. They have a little bit of a chase scene with the Predator on the bus, if I remember correctly.
It's like running.
Yeah, they're just like running away from him,
shooting at it with a shotgun.
Oh yeah, Olivia Munn.
I don't know why.
She shoots herself in the foot with the tranquilizer.
Yeah, she kind of embarrasses herself a little bit. Like she carries this tranquilizer gun for a really long time.
Yeah,
and then she just shoots herself in the foot.
Yeah, no, and she just has to get saved by Boyd Holbrook, but They have her back in the hotel. Oh, and intercut with this, there's kind of, I thought it was a funny bit. The son, the character, which we haven't even talked about, Jacob Tremblay in this movie plays McKenna's son, who has autism.
Yep.
And which is an important plot point in the film. That's why the Predator.
There's like a scene where these like 90s ass bullies.
Yeah.
Like they pull a fire alarm. And then he autisms out over the fire alarm going off.
And the bullies are like
having a breakdown, and then they come in. They're like, well,
fuck
if it isn't little autistic.
He is the skater shirt.
He does. He has a shirt that says skaters on it. I'm pretty sure
it's like Chess Club or whatever, and they knock over the.
It's like
chessboard.
a Nickelodeon sitcom. Yeah, they do. They knock all the pieces off a chessboard, and then this inspiring music plays after they leave. And he puts all the chess pieces right back where he found them.
Where they were, they were all in the middle of different games, but he remembered where all the pieces were, which shows you, he's a savant.
He's a smart autistic.
Yeah, he's a savant.
Yeah.
And which it's going to play later. Like you said, Chekhov's autism. And then, but yeah, I feel like, anyway, this kid, he receives the package from dad, and it's the Predator mask and gauntlet, and he can use the technology well because he understands it because of his brain.
Yep.
His neurodivergence allows him, or whatever.
It's a superpower in movies.
Yeah.
So.
And
if you're autistic in a movie, you're gonna live at the end.
Oh, this movie also takes place during Halloween, by the way.
Yeah,
for some reason
it doesn't really matter. It only takes place during Halloween, so
that he can
kid
walk around
wear
with
the mask. Yeah,
and it's really
in the trailer.
It's really funny how he has the mask like duct taped to his fucking
it's
head.
Huge.
It's like a big ass mask.
It's like way bigger than his head.
Yeah, it's kind of a funny visual just seeing this little kid walking around with the Predator mask.
Yeah,
and
he's
then,
like walking, and then he's like,
Sorry, go ahead.
No, yeah. So like you were gonna say. He's like tries to trick or treat, and some asshole at this house
throws something at him.
The address is 420, by the way.
Yeah.
this guy comes out and he's just like, "Fuck you, kid," and he throws something at the back of his head for some reason.
And then the predator
like, who does that?
Then the predator mask's AI pops and like shoots
that guy in the chest and explodes the house.
Yeah, and
this kid is unfazed. By the way, this kid is unfazed by death in general.
By all of the murder. There's a lot of murder that happens.
Oh my god,
him.
this has to be the Predator movie with the highest death toll, like by a country mile.
Dude, yeah, for the predators, not just the predators, like the predators kill fucking so many people in this movie.
Yeah, it's got to be like 100 people die in this. Like a bunch of people die, and none of them are impactful.
No,
or,
not
or
one.
fun at all.
A lot of them are like made jokes of.
It's because there's no practical effects in this movie. Not really. No. It's all just CGI blood and like wide shots and flat lighting. It's all very boring.
At the very least, there's no real blood. Yeah, like a lot of the it's
all CGI blood.
Like I said, I think the predator, the one practical predator in this movie looks cool, but we lose him pretty early on.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we're at what's gonna be so we're at a hotel with the gangs. This is when I start to. This is when I start to like the squad.
Yeah,
because
when you start to realize that you're not going to be annoyed with these people this whole movie.
Yeah, because they have funny bits like with each other, and like they all interact well with like, Olivia Munn. They've got like stupid questions. One of the dudes, Nettie or whatever, has a crush on her.
Yeah,
and, like
he makes her a foil. Like a foil unicorn, and when she wakes up, she's like, "What the fuck is this?" He's like, "It's a fucking piece of shit. It's fucking nuts, stupid bullshit."
And also,
I thought it was pretty funny.
At the same time, you can see that they're all like capable soldiers and like smart.
Yeah,
like in that way, because like you see them work together as a squad in this scene.
That is something in all Predator movies. The protagonist has to be like a super strong warrior.
Yeah, and I mean, I think I'm talking about more like with the squad in general, and a part of what I think makes them more likable than they might, just in terms of like it being just like a group of wacky guys.
Yeah,
it's kind of the Jar Jar Binks effect, as far as like part of what makes Jar Jar Binks so fucking annoying is the fact that he's so useless.
Yeah, he also just fucks shit up all the time. Yeah, just by how like there's no reason to have this guy around.
Exactly. Whereas like with all the characters in this squad, you see them actually being like
useful to the point of why we're here. Yeah,
like efficient soldiers, and it's like, okay, that's why everyone's being kept around, because they're good at what they do.
Yeah,
like that's why they're
and plus they care about each other,
and they do care about each other.
They're all going through the same shit.
Exactly. They all play out like it's all this squad, without a doubt, like whenever they're on screen, that's when the movie's at its best, for sure. And like they make funny jokes at each other, but there's a really good around this time. So the predator is hunting down the son with the mask or whatever, and the practical predator, and there's what I think is probably the best predator action scene in the movie.
Yeah,
there's like a group of soldiers all like in the back of a truck, and the predator like lands on the truck and kind of swoops in and takes them all out. And then the predator makes a fucking joke.
Oh my god, the biggest laugh in the movie for me, and I kind of hate it, but it's still really funny.
Like the dude driving the truck is like, "Hey, what's going on back there?"
Yeah,
and the predator takes a severed arm and like with a thumbs up on the arm and pushes it through the door.
That shit is so fucking funny.
Yeah, like this predator.
This is not a Predator movie. Like that's like, it reminds me. It made me think of the thumbs up at the end of Terminator. Like it's so out of left field. Like the tone, like it's like this is a different tone from every Predator movie.
That right there is why I think they should have had that predator join the squad.
Yeah,
because I think that like this predator's got a sense of humor.
I guess, yeah.
Whether or not it would make the movie like,
I mean,
better
he's
or
also
worse.
like trying to save humanity, right? This predator,
yeah, or whatever.
So like, why was he so hostile toward all the people he saw?
I don't know, dude.
Why was he gonna go try to kill that kid?
Also, they say that like, they left it for humanity. I don't think that suit was for humanity because they crashed on Earth. I think that was just something they were gonna use to fight the super predators.
Oh, okay.
The suit, like that's the whole point of the suit. It's like to fight.
It wasn't to. Okay, it wasn't to give to people. It was to like try to save Earth for themselves or something like that. Because
I think
because the big overarching stupid plot of this movie is the
global warming.
Global warming is making Earth like a limited entity, like a limited commodity for predators. So it's like I forget. It
Also,
doesn't
well,
matter.
no, it's more like the predators like warm climates and like it hot. So like, oh, they're gonna want to move here.
I
soon.
guess it's really stupid.
Yeah,
The more we know about the predator's motives, the worse the fucking movie is.
Yeah, the more it's dumb. So the Quinn, the boy Jacob Tremblay's running away through a baseball field, and he gets chased by some predator dogs
that look like shit.
They look like shit. The CGI looks like shit.
They look really bad.
They look, and they're useless.
And they don't hurt a single human being in these movies.
They're
this
really
movie.
fumbling. They're fumbling.
They do nothing, and then the squad shows up and hits one with a Winnebago. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And then
with fucking 1999
and blows it up with a fucking grenade launcher in its mouth.
Yeah, and
but these have not proven themselves to be a threat, by the way,
whatsoever.
They've just kind of there, and then the other one, dude shoots it in the back of the head, and then just lets it walk away.
Yeah, and it's kind of like fumbling, and it makes
because
it docile.
Otherwise it couldn't come back and be a nice dog later.
Exactly, and then do nothing
he
later.
lobotomized it.
Yeah, the dog. They didn't sick the dog on anybody. The dog didn't.
It didn't even do anything after it turned nice.
Yeah, it's a bit that very clearly just didn't go anywhere.
It's almost like the studio is like predator dogs. We love that idea. Put that in. And then they're like, oh well, what do we do with the predator dogs?
Yeah.
They could have had him like rampaging through like the streets or something.
Or like
I don't know.
he can eat Sterling K. Brown at the end or something.
Yeah,
I don't know. Then again, Sterling K. Brown's death in this movie for me was fucking hilarious.
It was really funny. No one has a good death in this movie.
Yeah,
everyone's death's really dumb, but we'll get to it.
Yeah. So there's a little bit of a chase in a school, and it reminded me of Alien vs. Predator Requiem.
Yeah.
The scene in the school, and then by the practical predator. And then he gets yoinked through the window by the super predator.
Yeah,
which I believe
gets slammed around like Hulk did to Loki that one time.
Yep. And this big giant CG predator the design is terrible.
It does look like, and the CGI is really bad.
The animation is terrible. It takes you out every time. I
don't know why this was the direction we went. Just big predator with no shirt on.
He doesn't have a mask either. He
no.
doesn't even really use gadgets.
He doesn't. He might as well not be an alien. He's just a big guy.
He's a big monster.
Yeah.
He doesn't use a lot of gadgets. He just like kind of bursts through walls, tears people apart. I mean, it's kind of crazy just how it's kind of entertaining how he eviscerates through people, but it looks terrible and doesn't have an impact.
It doesn't. It's not why we're watching a Predator movie.
Exactly. But yeah, he kills the Predator violently.
Yeah.
Which it was kind of a nut shot. Just like he like basically punches the first Predator's face in.
Yeah. Beats it in, and you see the green glowing blood.
Yeah, it's gross. And then
and that's like, now this guy's the bad guy.
Yeah.
Aren't you excited?
Yeah.
No.
And then next thing that happens, Sterling K. Brown, they recover the Predator, and there's, I don't know why this line is so funny to me. Like, they have the dead Predator's body, and Sterling K. Brown looks at it and just goes, "Damn, fuck that nigga up."
It is a good line.
It just Sterling K. Brown to me, I remember liking him.
Can't nail down his character.
Yeah, no, his character is so weird. I think
different scene to scene.
He ranges between like psychopath and kind of like a dick boss.
Yeah.
I think he's having fun in this movie. Like, there are definitely moments for me where he shines comedically.
It's a whack job.
I remember liking him more when the first time I saw it. I think, like I said, there are a lot of things you could do to fix this movie, but I think at the core, as far as what's here, remove the kid plot line.
Yes.
All fucking together.
Yeah.
We don't need
adds nothing.
We don't need the kid at
so
all.
Much of this movie just adds nothing.
Yeah. None of that. You can spend that time developing Sterling K. Brown's character more. Maybe, like, this is going to sound stupid what I'm about to say. Maybe he's like Danny Glover's kid from Predator 2 and he wants revenge.
Sure, whatever.
Or, something because you don't really learn anything.
He's just like CIA agent guy.
Yeah, you don't really learn anything about his character. Which, but I want to mention, this scene happened way a while ago, but like I just want to talk about, like, there's a good scene where Boyd Holbrook and Trevante Rhodes are talking at the hotel, and we learn a lot more backstory about Trevante Rhodes' character, and his character has like a sad backstory.
Yeah.
And the way he plays it is like you can tell there's like
yeah, he like went to kill his commander and he didn't, and then he went to kill himself. And he didn't.
and he didn't. And like we want to learn more there, and Boyd Holbrook's trying to dig in. He's not telling it. It feels like they're building up to us learning about this character
he's a
more.
Tormented soul is all you need to know.
And he plays it well. Like, you can see like the tragedy, and then he does the thing. He puts out like the cigarette directly on his tongue.
Yeah.
He like pushes it into his tongue.
Yeah, the sparks. CGI sparks, but it's still like, it reminded me, it's probably just because we watched it so recently, but it reminded me of the Desperado. Yeah.
Lighting the match on the chin.
On someone's head.
Yeah. But no, he should have been the main character for sure. Yeah, just completely replace him with Boyd Holbrook. Make the little kid a little mixed kid. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to do, but like, yeah, his character was definitely the most. If you were going to make this a serious movie, then he's who you would have kind of centered. Which that in of itself is another element of like, maybe that's why you could almost make it like, what if it's a Suicide Squad kind of thing? Where like, okay, we're gonna get these crazy guys.
Yeah, who are destined for like who have been court-martialed already and shit
to go hunt the Predator, and it's a Suicide Squad thing, and that's why he wants something. He's like, I got nothing to lose. Like,
that would be interesting. Like, you guys are the Predators. Like, you need to go kill this thing. We know that it's going to land here in this specific spot and this specific date.
100%. I feel like there's elements of that kind of idea a little bit in Predators. I was about to say, by the way,
here's what limited knowledge we know about it.
By the way, I lied to you before when I said Robert Rodriguez directed Predators. He did not. He was just a producer.
Damn.
I was wrong.
He should make a Predator movie, though.
Yeah, that'd be.
He should make a dumb movie like this.
He might be more. Yeah, he might be more the person to be able to do something like this. Actually, now that I think about it.
Absolutely.
But yeah, no, we're at the barn for a while. We're at a barn. It's kind of boring at a barn.
Yep.
I don't love a barn. Whenever the quintessential, whenever I see,
fuck you, season 2 of Walking Dead.
You know what? My immediate barn thing is Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Yeah,
when they're on
get to the barn, and it's time to go to the bathroom.
Exactly, you get to the barn, like, okay, the plot's slowing down. We're getting some. I don't know. There's some sensitive talk between Boyd Holbrook and his son, and like, the Predator dog comes back, and it's all cute or whatever.
It's lame. Doesn't do any. It's not. It's like wasted opportunity.
Yeah. Sterling K. Brown shows up, and there's a bit of a fight with Sterling K. Brown, and he takes the kid, and he's really fucking mean to the kid. He's
extra mean to the kid for no reason at all.
And they take him to the Predator ship.
It doesn't really match with his character that we've seen so far, and it doesn't like help get anything out of the kid. It's just him being an asshole to a kid.
If I remember correctly, I think the whole reason he wants him on the ship, I'm trying to remember, I got the Wikipedia in front of me, but they're just trying to get the recovered technology on the ship, and the kid can access it.
Yep. Because
the kid knows how to use Predator technology, so that's why he needs him. At the ship, the Super Predator shows up, and it's so stupid. Yeah. It uses like translate. There's like a translator.
Yeah, they have like a
device.
Shootout or whatever, and then he's like, I'm giving you 7.5 minutes for some reason to get out of here, and I'll hunt you down after the fact.
And it's really lame.
It is. It sucks.
And then they all get chased out in the woods, and we basically lose our entire squad of guys.
Yeah, they all die in really dumb ways.
They all die in dumb ways, mostly I mean, some of them are like creative, but all of them are pretty unsatisfying.
What's his name?
Sterling K. Brown.
Yeah, he gets a shoulder mounted gun.
He has like a Chasma blaster, but it's like with a man harness,
and it's shooting where he's looking. So
it's on his right. Also, it's on his right shoulder.
Before, like, they all team up. Like, they're all like on separate sides, but they team up. And like, he and the protagonist are like, we got unfinished business. As soon as this is over, we're gonna fucking throw down.
We're gonna settle this. We're gonna dance.
Yeah, we're gonna dance. I got my shoes already picked out. That kind of shit. And then guess how he fucking dies? He turns his head and shoots himself in the head with the shoulder-mounted gun, and that's how this guy fucking dies. What does that mean?
It's so crazy. He blows his
They
own
just
head
wanted
up.
him out of the movie. They were just done with him.
Yeah, they're just like, okay, the movie's
Yeah.
we don't know where we're going with
It's
this.
no longer about him.
Yeah. Let's just get her done. We need to get to this MCU ass ending.
Keegan-Michael Key and Thomas Jane in the scene that was honestly surreal to see these two actors together.
Yeah.
They have like a weird emotional moment where they're both just like
They're both done.
they're both been like impaled and are bleeding out.
His guts are all over the ground, and Thomas Jane is like pinned to a tree.
The two actors I never would have picked for this scene, and they look at each other and they shoot each other in the head and put each other out of their misery.
And it's sad, but
Isn't
it's
that
also
sweet?
weird.
It's a very surreal scene to watch.
Thomas Jane kind of goes out like a badass a little bit beforehand because the Predator, they light the Predator on fire,
and then he fucking
jumps on the Predator,
and then he gets Logan impaled.
Yeah.
In CGI doesn't look very good.
Yeah, it's real sad. But yeah, no, now
And those are the best deaths people have in this movie, by the way. Those two.
Yeah.
The rest suck.
Yeah.
As for instance,
the Super Predator takes Jacob Tremblay and onto the ship, and then Olivia Munn, and then Trevante Rhodes, Olivia Munn, the Bible guy, what's his name?
I don't remember.
Nettles. Like
Sure.
they're all riding on the ship, and they kind of do some creative stuff with them. The ship kind of like shields, like a space shield forms around the ship.
Yeah, and that's like a fucking game mechanic.
Exactly.
For some reason, they all know exactly how it works beforehand.
Some of them duck underneath, or Boyd Holbrook ducks underneath. Trevante Rhodes is stuck on top of it, and then Nettles gets his fucking legs cut off
and dies unceremoniously. Even though we've like developed his character and everything, he just needs to be out of the movie now, so we kill him. And
we
just gone.
lose everybody. Trevante Rhodes.
Everyone dies in such an unsatisfying way.
Jumps into the fucking turbine of the Predator, like you said.
That's
crazy.
the thing. Yeah. Well, also he acts like a motherfucker right before too. Like he does like you can see like the whole gamut of emotions, and he like flips off the dude under, and he jumps in and he swirls around like a toilet being flushed and dies.
Exactly. It's really goofy. It's very no capes.
Yeah, he jumped in and you were like, "All right, you alien asshole,
hello,
back."
boys. Very much was that, and I guess it contributed. Contributed to the ship crashing.
I don't know why they made him swirl around like that.
Yeah,
that's really dumb.
Yeah, we get a final conflict with the Super Predator, and I thought it was gonna. It's an environment that looks like the original Predator. It's kind of like a muddy, swampy.
Yeah. It's like a throwback, I guess.
Yep. But yeah, Boyd Holbrook, Jacob Tremblay, and Olivia Munn have a final showdown. It gets its arm cut off,
and then
by the shield.
They just straight up kill it with like no tension at all.
Yeah, they kill it.
Like they just maim this fucking thing,
destroy it,
and they like this. He ends up like with his arms and legs cut off, and then there's like an obvious reshoot where he comes up and he's like, "I just need you to tell me what the hell are you?" And it like turns and it goes, and he goes,
"Never
fuck
mind.
You, I don't care," and he shoots in the head.
Yeah, very clear.
It's like, what the fuck?
They couldn't figure out something cool or funny for him to say.
Yeah, and they did a reshoot and they still couldn't think of something cool.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like laying there and its arms or legs are cut off. This movie's a fucking mess, dude.
Yeah, it really is.
I cannot say that you shouldn't watch it, though, because it's like, honestly,
it is entertaining.
It's such a weird grab bag. I've never seen anything quite like it.
It's
like, some stuff genuinely works, and most of it doesn't.
Yeah, I kind of wish that we watched this, like, on the weekend with a couple of drinks. This is a great drinking movie.
Yeah.
I'm
if
sure.
I was wasted, I'd have a great time watching this.
Yeah, no, this is definitely, I would say this would be.
It's probably not. The action still sucks.
Yeah, but it's like, I don't know, if you can like drink or get high with like your buddies or something. I don't know the exact maybe if you're doing like what's it called, like if you're doing like a big marathon of all the Predator movies.
Yeah, well, you gotta.
Yeah, plan on this one being one where like you can get drunk.
Yeah, everyone we can kind of talk over a little bit.
Because like you said, like I didn't hate this movie. There were definitely things
I liked it more than I thought I would.
Yeah, I think that there are definitely elements in here that are for sure.
It's the worst one though by far.
Of all of them. Ooh, okay. Wait, so if we're
well, if we're not counting AVP,
I was about
they're
to
in
say
a fucking league of their own.
Yeah, we're doing the big map. I think
I'd say AVP 1's better than this.
AVP 1's better than this, but if we're talking about the entire like all of the Alien and Predator movies, if I had to go to my bottom.
Well, yeah, I wasn't counting the Alien movies. Oh my god, that's a whole other discussion, dude.
If I had to go bottom,
I had a better time watching this than Alien 3.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's cool. I'd say the bottom would be like Alien vs Predator Requiem.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I like.
Yeah, AVPR is the worst.
Yeah, AVPR is the worst, and then Covenant.
By a country mile.
Yeah,
Covenant sucks too.
Sucks for a different reason though.
Yeah, that movie just makes me angry.
Yeah, yeah, no. So, but as far as the Predator movie, so if we're talking about Predator 1 through 3, Prey, and this is definitely the worst. Yeah, because like all of them.
Yeah, no, of the movies that are just about predators, this is the worst one.
Yeah, 100%. But it's still. Yeah, I think it's got good ideas. It's got a good amount of funny lines. I'd say it's
got that Shane Black wit.
It's funnier than a lot of comedies that have come out.
Yeah,
like
it
recently.
Made me genuinely, unironically laugh. A good amount of times, like not even just like a few times.
There were definitely some solid laughs. It's got a rough opening, but I feel like I guess this is a weird one where I feel like the second act is the strongest. Like when the characters are kind of going in the middle of their adventure, and they're kind of like rambling around.
Yeah, the third act sucks.
Yeah, the third act sucks, and
the first act is too long.
And the first act is too long, but the middle's good. There's a solid middle.
Yeah, there's
a solid like funny like 50-minute comedy.
Yep.
In here or something. But yeah, I don't know. Would you want to see Shane Black come back and do another? I liked what you were saying earlier, but Shane Black would make a fucking awesome Ghostbusters movie.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I want to see.
Yeah,
that you said that, that's what I want to see.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about the big weird fake out ending.
Oh yeah. So
what the fuck was going on with that?
Yeah. No. So yeah, that ending. I think.
What the hell? It's like three different weird like.
So
left turns in that scene.
They recover whatever they got from the ship, and then the Boyd Holbrook is a general now.
They've been teasing this thing where it's like, the first Predator was bringing something to fight the Predators and hold them off.
It's a pod that looks like there is.
It looks like a coffin, like there's someone
like a
in
person
there.
in there or whatever. And I remember when I first saw this, like I had so many in my head. Leading up to this, I had so many theories about what was in there.
Dude, a Predator that looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger wouldn't have made any sense. Or not Predator, but a Terminator that looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
A Terminator was the biggest one.
It wouldn't have made any sense for Terminator, but it would have been a better ending than what we got.
Yeah,
honestly.
Or it could have been. What if it was Ripley, or it was an alien, or it was,
it would have been dumb. It would have been dumb. And this movie does have a couple of those weird callbacks with like, oh, you're one beautiful motherfucker, and like, get to the chopper. It's kind of like the get away from her, you bitch, from fucking. There's a little bit of that, but that tapers off like pretty early, except for the fucking obnoxious score.
Yeah.
But no, I thought that it was going to be. I don't know. For some reason, I thought it was going to be Danny Glover from the second one.
Yeah.
None of these would have made any sense because, like, why is a Predator bringing just like a person?
Carl Weathers.
But like, why does this thing look like it's holding a person? And then they open it.
What if it was an engineer?
Yeah, that would have been something, I guess. But they open it. It's so clear that like this is not the original intention for like what this last shot was going to be. What this last scene. Like, it's so clear. Because that thing, it looks like it's holding a person or, like, a predator or something, but all that's in it is, like, a pod that takes up maybe, like, 10% of the actual space in the coffin thing. And then it attaches itself to one of the scientists, and it turns out it's an Iron Man suit that looks like a predator. It has, like, 4 gun or like, auto cannons on the back. And it literally is just an Iron Man suit, like a nano suit.
It is like a nano suit gauntlet thing that hops on one of the scientists.
Oh, it's such a fucking bad ending.
And Boyd Holbrook's like, "That's my suit, Bubba."
Yeah, that's my suit.
Hope they got it in 42 long.
And that's the last line of the movie. It's like, what the hell? That's such a horrible way to end it.
Yeah. And you're just like, yep, they're not making a sequel to this.
That's the thing is like this movie, like it almost it makes you want to like it because the writing can be so good, and then other parts are just like, what the fuck were you thinking? Like I know that's a cliche thing to say, but it's
like we were saying, it would be.
I honestly don't understand the thought process.
It would be a better movie if it wasn't a Predator movie, like we said. If it was just like soldiers fighting creatures type deal.
Dog soldiers.
Dog soldiers.
You just want every movie to be dog soldiers.
Dog soldiers is kind of the perfect.
That's like your fucking movie, dude.
I mean, it's my baseline of like, hey, you just got like a bunch.
That's what you compare all movies
Listen,
to.
you got a bunch of soldiers just trapped in a place with some creatures. It's dog soldiers. It's aliens. It's like
Gremlins.
Yeah. Tremors. It's like, it's that kind of structured thing of like, okay, there are creatures. The creatures got rules. How are we going to use the rules to get out of here?
That is your shit, dude.
Yeah, no, that's my fucking wheelhouse. Yeah. Overall with the Predator, yeah, definitely. Like, yeah, I think it's a fun, stupid watch. It's not
good.
It's not a good movie.
It's not good, but I had fun watching it.
Yeah, it was.
I expected to have a horrible time. I had a way better time watching this than I did fucking Once Upon a Time in Mexico.
Yeah.
And that may be because I'm in a better mood today and I brought my fucking Red Bull. But
got your energy.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I had a good time watching it.
Yeah, it was fun. I don't necessarily know if I can recommend it as like a Predator fan, because the things about it that are fun aren't really don't really have to do with the Predator.
It's a bad Predator movie for sure.
Yeah, but I think it's I guess you could call it a fun action comedy. I mentioned Tropic Thunder at one point as far as it's not that level. It's not that funny.
No, it's not nearly as good as that.
But yeah, I think I guess along the lines of like, if you're a Shane Black fan, I think it's one worth checking out.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. But yeah. What's your prop?
Oh God, I've been dreading this question. Honestly, this is a really hard one for that.
Really? I feel like it's an easy one. I feel like there's a lot of little doodads.
Yeah, it's all just Predator shit that's in every movie. Like, I'm
trying to think of something specific to this one.
I've decided that I want the foil unicorn that Nettles made. Because I would put it on my he made it to like try to impress the girl scientist, and I would put it on my shelf.
Do you like Blade Runner?
And people would be like, "Oh, did you make that?" And I'm like, "No, you'll never ever believe the story behind it." It's from a Predator movie that I guarantee you have not seen.
It's from a movie that I know that you'll hate.
Yeah.
You see, part of me wanted to damn, the only one I can think of is one that is from another movie. I want the xenomorph.
The spear.
The xenomorph.
I thought about that too, and I was like, well, I could just get that from another movie.
That's true. Or I don't know, maybe the mask, but with the white duct tape on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like all the new stuff is all CGI, so you can't have it.
Exactly. Yeah. No, a lot of just CGI crap, and then all the practical stuff is just stuff from them. Yeah. So yeah, I take the xenomorph tail. That's my thing.
Sick. It's all yours, man.
Yeah. But no, this has been. Thank you, folks out there, so much for listening.
Thank you.
I've been really enjoying watching this podcast grow.
Yeah,
it's grown steadily. And yeah, I'm excited for more people to join this community. I was thinking about this earlier today. Like it is growing, and we do more listeners. There are movies that I think we're going to need to go back and talk about again once the audience is bigger. Like, I think we're gonna need to do like a Speed Revisited or something.
You guys have no idea how upset he is. The Speed episode
is like one of our worst doing episodes. Yeah, no, it pisses me the fuck off because I love Speed so much. I'm looking at the tape of it on my
Speed is so close to your heart.
Yeah, Speed. Yeah, if you want to get to my soul.
Did that episode, and it's like, no one fucking cares about Speed.
No one. I think it's one of our best. But yeah, thank you so much for listening. It's 10:09 p.m. Night Movie Gang. You can check us out on YouTube at Midnight Movie Gang Podcast on YouTube, Instagram at Midnight Movie Gang, Midnight Movie Gang on all audio platforms. Speaking of Predators, we have a highlight reel video up on YouTube of our reaction to our commentary track of Alien vs. Predator Requiem. You can check that out.
Can't see
it. But if you want to listen to the full commentary, that particular commentary is where you can get the podcast. Like, it's on Spotify, but if you want the rest of the commentary, it's got to join the Patreon. So
Yeah.
Thank you so much for listening. Have a nice night. Goodbye.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
So, here we go. With childish frustrations and complexes which the police are searching for James Thomas, believed to be the lover of Miss Williams, and her partner in the horrible murder of Walter. We grant everybody that I'm here to hold on. Oh, please tell me where this going. Please tell me. Sorry, I don't know. How long is my how hopeless that I got in here? 3 tickets to Albany on 6 o'clock train tonight. What do you mean, Special agent, special agent.